girlies, I am here to do a drugstore makeup tutorial. I wanted to show you guys the products that I'm going to use before I even start to do my makeup, and you guys can follow along after. So the products that I'm going to be using are, well, for my face, for like foundation, powder, I'm going to be using a powder, and I'm going to be using the Black Radiance powder. It's just the Black Radiance pressed powder, and I am in the shade Ebony. This is going to be my face powder right here. This is the shade Ebony. And to highlight underneath my eyes after I place my concealer, I'm going to be using the shade Honey Amber. And the reason why I'm going to be using Honey Amber is because I just want a subtle highlight underneath my eyes. I don't want anything too dramatic or too popping, because I also want this to be a kind of back to school makeup tutorial for those who are in high school, or who are in high school or in college, who are wearing makeup but don't want to do too much to their face. They want it to look flawless and minimal. So that's why I'm going to be using the pressed powder. This is another option for under eye highlight. Like if you like to be, you know, popping with your under eye highlight, you really want it to show, you can go for the Black Opal's translucent oil blocking powder, and this is also a drugstore product. You can find any Black Opal or any Black Radiance products in your local CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, Target. Well, I don't know about Target, but CVS, Walmart, and Walgreens, you can definitely find the Black Opal and the Black Radiance products. Another product that I'm going to use for my highlight is going to be the Malani Baked Bronzer, and this is in the shade Glow. It's a baked bronzer, which I'm going to be using for a highlight because it's a little too light for me to be bronzing with, so I'm going to be using that as my highlight. And for my actual contour, I'm going to be using the Fashion Fair. This is not a drugstore product, but it is a very inexpensive product that a teenager or even a college student can afford. You just go to your local your mall and go into, is it Nordstrom? No, not Nordstrom's. Macy's, I believe. Macy's or JCPenney's carries Fashion Fair products, and this is the Fashion Fair foundation in the shade Teak, and it's only $25, so you definitely can afford it. So that's why I'm throwing this into this drugstore tutorial. And for lashes, I'm going to be using the Vegas Nay lashes by Allure, and these are the Shining Star lashes. Just a natural looking lash, nothing too dramatic, just really natural looking. And for my brushes, I am going to be dipping and dabbling into these new beautiful Sonia Kashuk brushes. I just went to Target and I was just looking, just doing some unnecessary shopping pretty much, and I ran into these, and these brushes are, they're beautiful brushes. Like, I fell in love with the color of them, because this teal, these are my favorite color. Like, I love anything in the blue family. So these brushes really called my name when I saw them, and they were, I believe they were $35.99. So they are pretty expensive, but you do get a good amount of brushes. So if you're looking for brushes, you can go to Target, you can go to Walgreens, you can go to Walmart, you can go to CVS. You can find some inexpensive brushes. I will also leave some links down below to some sites where you can buy you some brushes. Also, I'm going to be using these Icon eyeshadow palettes. Now, I picked these up at my local beauty supply store. I don't know if every beauty supply store has these, but I saw these in my beauty supply store, and I was like, it kind of the casing of it kind of reminded me of the Urban Decay Naked palettes, and I was like intrigued by them. So I opened it, and the colors are pretty darn nice. This one is mostly shimmers in this palette. So all of these are like shimmers, and they come with their own little brush, which I thought was pretty decent and cool. So the brush is a synthetic brush, which these colors apply nice when they're wet. So if you do want to get like a palette like this out of your local beauty supply store and it's like shimmers, wet your brush and then apply the shadow, because then you'll get like a nice pigment out of the shadow, as opposed to just applying the shadow onto your eye without, you know, wetting the brush. So this one is called Twilight. This palette I just showed you is called Twilight, and I also got another one, and this one is called Exposed. And this one is more of a neutral tone palette for like everyday wear. It has your neutral tones in here, which I definitely love. And it also has a couple of matte shadows. It has 3 matte shadows in here, which is pretty cool. You have like a brownish taupey shadow that is matte, a cream shadow, and then another nice other cream type of shadow or off-white shadow that is pretty nice. So I thought for $9.99 I was like, let me just do a nice little tutorial with some products that are pretty much inexpensive, and that you guys could try to see if you guys have these at your local beauty supply store, because they are only $10. So yeah, I thought that was cool. So let's go ahead and get into this drugstore makeup tutorial. So for my eye primer, I am going to be using the Urban Decay Eden eyeshadow primer. I don't know of a good drugstore eyeshadow primer that you guys could use. You can try out an e.l.f. eyeshadow primer or even a NYX eyeshadow primer. I've never tried any of those. I actually have one by Nika K, and it's garbage. It's really oily, so I don't want to try this one again because it's really garbage. It's really oily, so I don't want to try that. Don't want to. First, I'm going to go ahead and prime my face with the Nivea Men Aftershave Balm, and you can get this at your local CVS or pretty much anywhere that sells aftershave products. So for my brows, I went ahead and did those already because I did not use a drugstore product for my brows. I apologize for that. I went ahead and used my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brown Pomade, and that runs about $18, I believe. I'm gonna take this slow. I'm not gonna run. So for my transition color, I am going to be taking the shade Nude from out of the Iconic palette. I mean, which one is this one? I don't remember. But I'm going to be taking the shade Nude and using that as my transition color. So I can get a sensual seduction. I'm gonna take my time. She won't get hers before I'm gonna take it slow. So I'm gonna dip into my Nyx Avant Pop eyeshadow palette, and you can definitely find this at your local drugstore or probably at Ulta. You can get this at Ulta, and it is inexpensive. It is a NYX brand, and I'm going to be taking this brown shade right here. I'm not gonna rush the stroke, so she can get a sensual seduction. So I can get a sensual seduction. So now from the Nudie palette, I am going to be taking the shade Java, which is right here. Taking Java onto this brush. And I'm just pretty much going to place that right on my lid. So now I'm going to go in and take that same shadow that I used in the beginning, which is nude, and I'm going to be placing that in my tear ducts.
So now I'm going to go into the NYX palette with that same brown, and I'm going to be taking the Sonia Kashuk crease brush, and I'm definitely going to be placing this into my crease just to give it some more definition. So that's basically it for the eyes. We're going to go ahead and use some eyeliner, and today I'm going to be using the Maybelline Gel liner in black. And I'm going to take the Sonia Kashuk's angled eyeliner brush to achieve this eyeliner. Like I told you in the beginning, I'm going to be taking the Vegas Nay Shining Star Lashes by Allure. So I'm going to go ahead and prep my eyes with some mascara, and I'm going to be using the Covergirl Clump Crusher. I'm going to check my lashes first to see if I have to cut anything off. And now when you get these Allure lashes, they are already labeled for the right eye and the left eye, so try not to get them mixed up, okay? So I am going to have to cut some from the inner corner. And usually if you have to cut some on one eye, you're going to have to cut some on the other eye. So keep that in mind. I'm going to go ahead and check them again. And I think that's much better. So now we're just going to go ahead and apply our adhesive and get these lashes. Now that we've got that all squared away, we're going to go ahead and go into our under eye concealer. Since I am going to be using a powder for my foundation, you want to go ahead and do your creams now and get that out of the way before you do your powders, because when you do powders first, you're actually setting, well, if when you're using a cream, you set it with a powder. So if I go ahead and do my whole face with my powder and then try to do my highlight, it's going to be off, and it's going to remove the powder, and it's just not going to mesh well. So if you're going to be using a cream highlight or concealer, do that first before you do your powders, always. No matter what. But with my Black Opal's True Even concealer, you can definitely get this at your local not beauty supply, but drugstore. I got this from CVS, so it isn't expensive. It's about $4 in CVS. Y'all should know now that CVS is my first home for beauty products. I am a drugstore product junkie. I do not have a lot of expensive makeup products at all. And I don't know if I ever will, unless like they're sent to me or something, because I'm kind of cheap when it comes to makeup, honestly. I'm just going to be placing this in all the areas that I want to be highlighted. I'm going to be taking one of my Rose Techniques beauty blenders. You can also get this at your local Walgreens. Walgreens has them for $5. You can get them from out of Ulta as well, but they're actually $10 in Ulta. So you do the math, you make the decision.
Sensual seduction. Sensual seduction. Sensual seduction.
So now I'm going to go ahead and take the Fashion Fair the Sonia Kashuk's angled contour brush. I have been wanting one of these brushes for so long, and really that's what drew me to the palette, because it had a angled contour brush, and I was like, yes, I want that brush. Makes life so much more simpler. And as you can see, I really don't need the teak, because I contoured pretty much using my own skin tone with the lighter concealer up on my cheekbones and also here. So I really didn't need the teak, but just to add some drama. Girls gotta add drama all the time. I'm going to also place this on my forehead. And now we're going to go in with the Black Radiance pressed powder. And I'm going to be using a Shandy Cosmetics fluffy powder brush to set that contour and add some color to my face. It turned out for what? Don't mind me, guys. I'm going to take Golden Almond, and I'm going to use a wedge to set my under eye concealer. Oh, that's pretty. I actually love the way this is coming out. So to sweep off any excess, I'm going to take the same fluffy powder brush by Sonia Kashuk and dust away. I still need to set here, but I didn't put any excess product onto the sponge. I'm just using what's there. Bronzer, I'm going to use the Covergirl Queen Bronzer in Ebony Bronze. And I'm going to use this fluffy, beautiful brush from out of the Sonia Kashuk set. Isn't this so gorgeous? Oh my god. Excuse me, baby.
For my highlight, I'm going to be using the Malani Baked Bronzer. And I'm going to be taking that on this blush brush from Sonia Kashuk. I actually really like this brush for highlight. And for blush, I'm going to use the Malani Coral Cove blush. I'm actually going to use the exact same brush to apply the brush. I'm just going to flip it on the opposite side. So I'm going to go ahead and doll up my under eyes. And I'm just going to take that same brown from out of the NYX eyeshadow palette. And I'm taking a Shiny Cosmetics eyeshadow buffer brush. I'm just going to be pushing this underneath my eyes. I'm actually going to take some of Cedar right here. Uh-oh. Cedar is right here. I'm going to take some of that and also put it underneath my eye. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the LA Girls Matte Flat Finish Pigment Gloss. And this is in Rebel, and I'm just going to use a regular dark brown lip pencil. So that's it for this makeup tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. It was definitely fun to create with you guys. This is a daytime look. You can definitely rock this during the daytime. You can definitely rock this when you're going to school. But if this is too glamorous for you, let me know, and I can definitely do another video that is more so on the natural kind of, without so much dramatics in the eyes, because the lashes really make this look really dramatic. The lashes are really making this look like that. But if I would have had on a simple maybe a wispy or a demi wispy lash, this look would not look so dramatic. So change up the lash and you will be great with this look. Change up the lip to a nude lip and you will be also awesome. This lip I don't think is too much, especially if you're in college and you're going to classes. I think this is a pretty neutral tone matte lip color. I definitely don't think it's too much for a college student, maybe too much for a high school student. So what I'm going to do right now is give you an option on another lip color to pair with this look, especially if you're a high school student and you just want to look like a curly girl. You know, I'm going to give you something different. For option number one, I'm going to give you the Covergirl Colorburst Stick. You can get this from CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, local drugstore. And this is just a pinky tone matte lip, but it's not so flamboyant. It's not so outstanding as the LA Girl Pro Lip Matte Cream. It's not as out there as that one. This is more subtle and real girly and cute. So I think this would be cute for you high schoolers. This is
in the shade Sultry225. You can get. We're going to do a Covergirl lip gloss, which is just a nice soft pink lip gloss. Which I think is more appropriate for my high schoolers. This is such a pretty lip gloss, and it's so luscious and just so shiny. It will make you feel like your lip gloss is popping. Your lip gloss is cool. All the boys keep shocking. They chase you after school. Yeah, that's how this lip gloss is going to make you feel. And this is from the Colorlicious line. And this is in Plumlicious 650. This one is Plumlicious 650. And the tube looks like this. So if you guys want to try this one out, which I think I'm going to keep this one on because my lips are popping right now. So I'm going to go with the Colorlicious as well. So if you guys like this tutorial, let me know. If you guys like these kind of tutorials, let me know. And I'll continue to do more of these. If you guys like to hear me talk to you guys and interact with you guys a little bit more instead of doing voiceovers or really sped up videos, let me know and I'll continue to do that. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and to share it the world. Don't forget to share, guys. Share, share, share. Please don't forget to comment, and definitely don't forget to like this video. Thumbs it up for me. Let's get me to 1,000 likes, and let's get her. And the reason why I'm going to use Honey Amber is because I just wanted a subtle,